Hey guys, it's Zeus here, back with another video. Today we've got quite a different video here for you guys. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be giving you guys specific tips on specific maps with specific operators. There's two reasons I wanted to make this video. The first one is I play with a friend of mine called Isaac. He's a Twitch streamer. I'll link his stream down below. He also has a YouTube channel, and I just kind of wanted to give him some cool mirror spots, just because when we're in a game it's kind of hard to be like, yo, just put this here, put this here. It's not really enough time. Yeah, I wanted to give him some cool mirror spots and some cool Valk cam spots. And the second reason I actually wanted to do this is because I was inspired by a YouTuber called Pac-Man Down Under. He's an Australian Rainbow Six Siege YouTuber who gives great tips, and he also reviews fans' footage. It's called R6 Analysis, or as he would say, R6 Analysis. It says R's very differently, should I say. But yeah, it's a very good YouTuber. It's quite small as well. Obviously, you know, way bigger than me, but in terms of, you know, the grand scheme of things, quite a small YouTuber. But yeah, it kind of inspired me to make this video. So I'm going to be giving some mirror tips on specific maps. Right now we're on Bank. Bank is a great map because it's usually always in the ranked map pool, and for that reason it's very good to know certain spots with people like Mira and Valk, who, especially on bottom floor Bank, they're very useful. So the first spot here is a pretty standard one. Everyone should know this, and it's right here. Looking into parking lot, looking into garage. This is good because if any attackers spawn parking front, a lot of the time they will come through this little area right here. There's also a valve cam spot I like to put in here, just so you can watch it. Yeah, you just want to reinforce this wall. Before, you used to have to knife this thing out, which is very annoying, because if you didn't, it like blocked your mirror, but luckily they changed that a few updates ago. As you can see, it just crumbles now. But yeah, you can just put a mirror down here. You can shoot out some parts like this. All that does just gives you a bit more visibility on the mirror itself. Like, for example, as you can see this corner, now you don't really need to worry about this corner because no one's going to be sitting there, you'll be able to see them. But let's say for a different mirror spot, you know, you need more visibility in this corner. All you do is just come over here, shoot out a little part of that corner. As you can see a lot more now. That's just a little tip. You guys should know this if you play mirror. It's very important. But first thing is, you're definitely going to want hatch reinforced 110%. I'd recommend reinforcing this hatch right here, and there's also a hatch in A that you should definitely reinforce, but I would also recommend, if you place your reinforcements well and you have enough, either reinforcing this hatch in vault entrance or just having someone play vault so they can watch the hatch, watch elevator as well, or they can also come over here and be able to watch this corridor, and if anyone drops hatch. Which gets into the second mirror placement as well, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So when you're in this situation, all personal preference of what you want to do, I usually leave this open, but you might not want to do that. There's many different places you can barricade. I usually barricade this, just so when I'm watching this mirror, let's say there's someone behind the van, or they're like peeking the van, you can just watch it, spray out, do whatever you want. There's someone behind there, you just start spraying, crouch or something. But let's say this gets open. So that's just been opened. I also recommend barricading this wall right here, because if someone pushes stairs and you're watching here, you're wide open. They can see you straight away. They can just start shooting you, and you're gonna have to quickly flick onto them. Which, let's be honest, you're probably gonna lose that gunfight. So I'd recommend barricading this wall right here. That way you're just a little bit more safe. If you have a castle, then yeah, you can do that as well. But there's only so many operators you can pick. You only have 5 people on a team. But anyways, now let's get into the second spot right here, which is this reinforced. It basically allows you to just watch A. Now, a lot of the time, what people would do on bank lockers, lockers and CCTV. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Lockers and CCTVs, they'll play Monty, and they'll push through tunnel. So they'll have I don't know, maybe a Monty and someone else, or maybe a Monty and 2 people. Monty will push through here with his shield fully erect. Probably not the word I should use, but yeah, they'll push through here, and sometimes if you leave this soft, they can blow this open, or they'll plant right in this corner and then open this up themselves. So what this mirror allows you to do is, not only can you watch this, I can peek right here and I can see the doorway, and I can see this wall if anyone blows it open. Just quick peek it, maybe crouch, But, you know, you could also do things like open up a hole, throw a nitro through. That nitro got stuck. That was definitely not the best nitro example right there, but you get what I mean. And like I said before, you can shoot out this little part here so you can see more. And if you really wanted to, you could like make a rotation, let's say, like over here. Or get like an Oryx to do it, make like a big ass rotation. And then you could play like really far back if you wanted to, like all the way back in lockers. Like as far back as you wanted. Like if they were playing stupidly and they were just peeking like crazy, you could just, you know, find their head, shoot through this wall, or open up the mirror if you wanted to. I mean, I don't think you're going to get into very many of those situations because, you know, this is more of like a ranked video. Bank is always in the ranked pool. It's very rarely not. I can't think of a time where it hasn't been. There probably is a time, but I'm clearly not that knowledgeable. Okay, moving over to Valk here. There's actually only one spot that I would very much recommend, and then there's two others that are like optional. So the main one that I would 100% recommend is this Valk cam right here. If you slip it under, like in between the TV and, I don't know, this little crevice in the wall, in the ceiling. You know, just like place one right there. As you see, you can't really see it that well, like at all. And obviously, if you're gonna peek, if you're an attacker and you're trying to take a sight, you're not gonna peek and be looking up here trying to get a Valk cam, are you? You're gonna be like focusing on people who are pressuring you, stuff like that. And if we hop on the Valk cam right here, you can see a good portion. You can see almost the entire site. The only part you can't really see is just this little part next to me, and maybe a bit to the right. But you'll be able to see like people's knees if they're planting, and you can see people if they're trying to enter through a door. Overall, I definitely recommend that Valk cam. There's another one that there's three that I always do when I play this map. That's one of them. Another one is I'm very basic with this Valk cam, so I just like to chuck it up here. And then you get a 360 view of the entire garage. But I do know that there is another spot people like to put that one. Isaac actually showed me this. Like someone showed Isaac, and then I looked at the Valk cam. It's pretty good. I don't know how he did it. It was something to do with this van here. Maybe he like chucked it on the mirror or something. I don't know. Yeah, that works. So you can chuck this Valk cam on this wing mirror right here, and then you can just look through this van window. I'm not sure if you can spot people on it. I haven't actually tested it. Maybe you can. If not, I don't really like it too much because it's very hard to see, and also you can't see to the right. So for example, if people are like pushing up, you can't really see it, but you can on this one. But yeah, it's very hidden. No one's really gonna find it unless they push towards van, which is something I do when I play attacker. I'm usually the one who pushes parking and I go behind van. But yeah, no, you can't really see it unless you're looking for it, or if someone's on it. Like, I wouldn't look there. I mean, I would now, but before I wouldn't. And yeah, I could push behind pillar and then I could see it, but overall, that's a very good Valk cam, so that's probably where you could put your second one. And for your third one, this is one that, I don't know, I'm definitely sure people have done it before, but it's one that I kind of made up. This one, my friend showed me on console, and that one I just spoke about. I'm sorry, I can't remember who showed Isaac, but someone showed Isaac that one, then I looked at it and it's pretty good. And this is one where I just put it here because I thought, you know, it'd be a pretty good spot. So, I throw it above servers. Obviously, I know, everyone calm down, someone's definitely done this before. There's probably millions of people. It's probably like a standard Valk cam spot. But you always got to think about where the attackers are looking if they're pushing through tunnels. Like, I mean, where even is it? There it is. I couldn't even see it. It's blocked by the red bar, so they can't even see it if they're entering. They won't be able to see it until now. And they're not going to be looking up there because once they push through this part, they got to look at site. There could be someone on site, someone behind servers, someone upstairs. And then, you know, same thing if they're pushing from stairs. They're not really going to be looking up there. And now if we look at all our cams, you can see behind servers. So if someone's waiting to blow open that wall, or if they're just camping behind servers, you can see if someone's pushing from tunnel, like a Montaigne. See if they push from stairs. Switch to your other Valk cam, you know, see if they've entered through garage yet. And then finally you can see A site. Now I know there's not really much for B site, but honestly, like 99 times out of 100, people plant on A on lockers. Oh, sorry, on bottom garage. Fuck me. 99 times out of 100 people plant on A on bottom bank. And you know, on the off chance that they don't, you just gotta know how to play it, I guess. If you really wanted, you could put a Valk cam like in one of these corners or on this clock or something. I don't know why you put it on that clock, but I think these Valk cams are very good for this site. You guys can let me know if they're not, but I do think they're very good. Okay, so now we're moving on from my strong point. I'll show you one mirror spot. Just one mirror spot in open area. Now it's not amazing, it's not like the best mirror spot in the world. All it is you reinforce this wall in open area and you whack a mirror on it. You don't need to stay on it. You can if you want, you can play from here. Some people play from here. But yeah, you just shoot out the back. As you can see now, you can watch window. You can, like I said, you can play from here, but just remember your back is completely open, so you should probably barricade that or get a castle to reinforce it. Or, you know, you can play from all the way back here. You can still see it. You can open it if you wanted to. You can, like, try and shoot them if they try and enter through window. And then, yeah, you know, once someone's coming through office hallway, just crouch, come back. You can peek up if you wanted to. You could try and rotate, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. You probably get shot, so I'd say like sit around this area. Do keep in mind, this is completely wallbangable. But yeah, other than that, you can put it wherever you want. You can put one in admin office that looks into archives, if you really wanted to. Or if you wanted, you could put another mirror here in staff room for someone else to play off. Or you can put one that's looking into skylight if you wanted to, like right here. But this is the only one I would recommend. So for the next mirror spot, we're going to be heading over to Oregon. Now without a doubt, the two best sites on Oregon are top and bottom floor. Everyone has a different preference, whether Kids Storm or, you know, Laundry Room's better. I personally think they're about the same. If I'm playing top floor, I usually play like the Jaeger or someone. If I'm playing bottom and we haven't got a mirror yet, then I'll play mirror. Now first thing you want to do as soon as you spawn in is you're going to want a rotation on this wall right here. You can have it whichever side you want, as big as you want. You can have like this whole wall open if you really want it. You could just have this massive area. Make it so you can run through it. However you want it, just you're going to want a rotation here. Next thing you want to do, reinforce one of these two walls. I prefer the right one, but like I said, it's personal preference. Reinforce whichever one you want. Yeah, and then just plop a mirror down. And yeah, now you can play off this. You know, if they drop hatch, as the hatch, if you don't know, because of the rework, if you still haven't figured it out, the hatch is right here. So as they drop down, they'll drop here, you won't be able to see them. But then as soon as they peek, you can see them. And then boom, you can headshot them at this point, if they try and enter. So do know that some people like to come in, and as soon as they see a mirror, they just like to pre-fire the hell out of the spot next to it. So they start coming close. You know, you can try and spray them, obviously, or you can like shoot out a little hole wherever you want. Just crouch, shoot out a hole, and then you can throw your nitro through. And then, obviously, if they're behind there, just blow it, they're dead. Something else I would recommend is, depending on how your team play, either reinforce these two walls or just create a rotation. Only issue with creating a rotation is if your team can't hold it, or if no one... I mean, if no one's playing at bunker, then I'd just say don't bother with the rotation. So if no one's playing here, holding it, or if no one's playing this, like this area right here, all the attackers have to do to get in is spawn construction and then run through bunker. They'll be peeking around, obviously, so they don't know if people are here, or they'll drone it, and then all they gotta do is swoop through here and they're in. And now you're playing mirror in this little corner here. If you don't know they're coming, dead, you're murdered. You're finished. Rotation here if you're gonna play around the spot, or if someone is. If not, then just reinforce both walls, or get someone else to, because you're going to use your two reinforcements for something else anyways. The second mirror spot, I'd say, is right on this wall here. Now this will give you a good sight line onto stairs, and it will allow you to make sure no one's pushing there. Now you can't really shoot through this one, but it's just good for information. Now mirrors, you don't always need to shoot through the mirrors or anything, it's just a good way to gather information, like if they're coming from stairs, or if they decide to push from bunker, but they go around. One thing you do need to watch out though is because of the rework, there is another way to enter, which is right through freezer. People can come through freezer this way, or they can blow open that wall. So you could play off here, get someone else to, or just have it there like, and someone's playing around. But as soon as someone comes for freezer, you can just switch over, watch this wall. If they're not come through our wall, switch over, watch this door, or just hold this area in general. There's no need to like peek stuff like this. There's not really much of a point. Yeah, they're my 2 Mira spots on Oregon, bottom floor. Let me know what you think of them. Use them in your games if you want to. Now we're going to be heading over to Cafe for this one. We're going to be switching back over to Valk as well. Now some of these Valk cams can actually work on any site you play on Cafe, but for this example we are going to be going bar. This is going to be the last tip just to make sure this video isn't too long. If you would like more, then please leave a comment, like the video. Tell me if you want like different operators. Maybe you want some tips on attack. Maybe you want some tips on someone like Maverick, or you just want tips on entry fragging in general, or roaming, anchoring, anything you want. Just let me know, and I'll give you my best advice. So playing Valk on bar. The first thing I like to do is run over to here and whack a Valk cam in this little corner up here. Now look how much you can see on this. You can see new balcony, you can see the hatch. There's also another hatch above red, which you'll be able to see if they push from there. You can see if they push the doorway next to reading. You can see those stairs down there. You can see you can see a good portion of B. You can see into A kind of. You can see the other balcony. It's just a great Valk cam in general. You can see so much on it. Now for this next one, it's not the best Valk cam in the world. I do use it, however. I just whack a Valk cam right there, and then you can see these stairs right here. You see white stairs. You can see this whole corridor. There's a window right here, so you can see if they come through there. But yeah, it's just a decent Valk cam. It doesn't show you a whole lot, but it's good to use. Now for this last one, this comes down to what type of player you are. So if you're super aggressive, this is like a quick match Valk cam, in my opinion. This is what I usually do in quick match. I do it in ranks sometimes, but you open up this barricade right as the round starts, and then you want to lob your Valk cam out right there. Go on your cams. You can see if anyone spawns to the right of you, or if anyone spawns to the left and they like to rappel up. So if anyone spawns park, or that's not Christmas, is it? I don't know. But yeah, you can pin them if you want, or not. Like if someone runs out, you can then run out, come across here, yeah, spray them down. I've gotten countless kills just from using this. And the good thing is, even if no one spawns here and no one comes up in this area at all, sometimes people come up here late game for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but people do it. I've seen it happen. They like rappel up, they walk across here, and I'm here on my cam, and I see them, and then either I'm able to run out, get a quick kill, or sometimes when I use this and I see that no one spawned anywhere, I rotate back to site, and then when I see them enter, sometimes they go into reading. I just literally like quietly roam and wait, and I know they're in reading, so I come across, make sure there's not another one, and I go into reading, and at this point they're usually droning, so I just come up behind and bang. But yeah, like I said, it's also a good cam for late. So if they're on roof, sometimes they rappel down. If they have a fuse, they like to fuse that right window and that left one, so you can pin them, let your enemies know, let your teammates know, fucking hell. Yeah, let your teammates know he's there. I was playing with Isaac literally like a couple of days ago, and I literally was like, yo, there's a fuse there. He managed to turn around. He was sitting around this window. He managed to turn around, shoot through, and shoot the cluster charge. So like I said, it's depending on your play style. If you like to play aggressive, or if you just like that Valk cam spot in general, you can put one down there. If not, you can chuck one on skylight, so literally onto the skylight right here, and then you can be able to see if anyone is, you know, trying to peek it, or if they're going for that hatch. Or, since that's kind of obvious, and if they come and peek, I can kind of see it and shoot it. You just throw one outside. I did not miss to throw two. As you can see with this one, you can see that hatch. You can see relatively the same place, just a lot more, and they're probably not going to be looking here. So it's very good to be able to see who they're playing, where they are, where they're deciding to enter, and then obviously you can switch back to your other Valk cams, the one that you've got right over here, and the one upstairs, white stairs. Now another thing is, if you don't like the one on white stairs, just switch it up and put it on red stairs, because although you can't really see as much on red stairs, there's a very important hatch here that a lot of people like to enter through, so that will give you a lot of information for your team. So that's going to end it for this. If you guys enjoyed the tips, please let me know, and if you want other tips like certain gameplay tips, or if you want to learn how to roam, flank, anchor, entry frag, or if you just want a rushing tutorial, how to rush effectively, let me know. Or if you want different operator tips, then also let me know. I'm gonna end it off with one more tip here on cafe. A lot of these places here, these like desk type things, they're breakable. So if you have someone, you can play anyone in this area, but if you have someone with an ACOG like Doc or Rook, mainly Doc, you can actually just melee holes out. You do just knife the hole like 3 times, and if you do it on this left side, you can see right through. And if they drop hatch, bang, dead. If you don't do it to the left though, you'll just be left with something like this. Doesn't really work. You can't really see through it too much. But yeah, no, this is a great way to see hatch. And as soon as they drop, kill them. And if we come over here, when they drop hatch, their main priority isn't going to be bang. Okay, it's going to be someone behind there. Look, you can't really see the holes at all. Now, obviously, they're probably going to have an ACOG. Just keep that in mind, so they'll be able to see way better than I can. But you really can't see it. You're going to literally have to drop as well and be pre-firing it. And even then, a lot of the bullets get absorbed by the other stuff around. So it's a very safe place to be, except from that window there. But that's why you have that Valk cam outside that I showed you before. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.